Have you used any other systems? For example, the result system or trying to these other things, Harris Walters, that sort of thing?
I'm going to start talking more quickly now because there's an awful lot to. I'm just skimming the surface here. Board view was something that was particularly helpful for us. For the word board view, you might want to read Business Edge or sort of system builder type resources that you've seen today. Yes, yes, yeah. We weren't members of any other network or anything like that.
GoalGetter, for example, how
yes.
I know you do get involved with that. What was your process of getting involved with GoalGetter?
In GoalGetter, I loved ringing clients or having meetings with them. I loved it. It wasn't a problem at all to pick up the phone and a client, be flattered and say, "Oh God, she rang me. She wants to see me." Sometimes the challenge I would have is like, what am I going to talk to them about now that I've arranged to see them? So using either, I picked and mixed, I dipped in and out. Either something like a growth strategy report from System Builder, or it could be GoalGetter, or it could be a business builder review. It could be something from the performance measurement improvement system. I was very messy about it. I just scattergunned and I'd pick whatever it was that I thought, that client will be interested in this, take it out with me, or a performance review. And it was enough just to get the hook, if you like. It took pressure off me, not having to think about how am I going to deliver business advice because I'm not a consultant. And it made it easy for me to do that, and it also just proved that I was giving something of value to the client, which was particularly important. What I didn't want to happen was that there used to be a motto at Landers: no client meeting can end with them just thinking, yeah, that was nice cup of tea, really nice to have a chat with her because she's a nice person, or Robert's a nice bloke, but they don't know anything about my business. We had to deliver, and at the moment, it's so vital. I remember, because I still keep in touch with some of the people I used to look after, a printing business, a boring printing business, turning over about £1 million. Nothing very exciting about it. They weren't necessarily the type of business that would do anything. They were coming to the end of their conveyor belt where they're probably going to think of selling and retiring. That business, a year ago, so before we even went into this sort of economic position where we are now, told me that on average they got 8 telesales calls a week, looking for other accountants' firms to see them as clients. Well, they were a £6,000 a year basic fee for us. They were dull, good bread and butter, but nothing special. And I was amazed. I said, "You're kidding me?" And they said, "No, I knew them quite well." Minimum 6 up to about 8 calls a week. And I was thinking, there are people paying good money to try and win that client off me. And that's somebody who I don't even consider to be particularly exciting or at risk. And it makes you sit up and pay attention and think, you've got to be doing this stuff. You've got to be... And I'll probably be so bold as to say as well, fixed price agreements and cash flow, what you talked about, from about 5 o'clock. In my experience, and it's not just the last year, it's probably the last couple of years, an awful lot of accountancy firms are already doing that. And that's not exciting anymore. It's taken as a given. This stuff is becoming, that's normal. And a lot of potential clients will say, "Oh, and you'll never get an unexpected bill and we'll give you a fixed price agreement." They're looking at you thinking, "I've heard that off 8 other people in the last month. It's not enough." And it makes you realise the stuff that you're hearing about today, in 3 months' time, everybody will have jumped on it, and you've just got to keep moving ahead, got to keep moving new things. So, going back to answer your question, that's why no 2 months were the same. We used more of the tools on certain clients. We had a couple of clients doing Making It Happen programmes. We didn't go out and pitch for £30,000 a year for them because we thought they're going to keel over when we say that. But we started off by doing a board view, and we used to have the strategy of saying, "I'll tell you what, we'll come out for 2 or 3 hours, and we'll just do a test one on you and see if you like it, if you like the feel of it. And if you do, and you'd like some more, then we'll discuss what's your budget, and we'll build up a package around it." In 2 clients that I can think of off the top of my head, they ended up turning into Making It Happen programmes where they were paying about 30,000 each a year. But it was just gently as you go, it just built up as we went along. We had other clients that would quite happily maybe have a quarterly strategy meeting that we build into the fixed price agreement. And during those meetings, we'd look at performance reviews or a little bit of benchmarking, whatever fitted, the client at the time. Does that answer your question? Okay.
You said you were the face of Landis to ABN. What did your business partner say when you went back and told him how much it cost?
To join up? Yeah. Oh, we both came. We both came on the original 3-day masterclass in Watford, as it happened to be.
Did that surprise you? Did you at meeting think it's a bargain?
No, we didn't sit there and think, hallelujah, we've seen the light and all is going to be great now. I don't know if Steve remembers. I'm particularly short-sighted, so I had to sit right at the front so I could see. And I think for 2 of the 3 days, we sat there like this with our arms folded and nodding off from time to time, as some of you have been today, I've noticed. But something happened on day 3. I think Steve said he was on the cusp of actually asking us not to return back for the 3rd day because we were being looked as though we were being a bit negative and, whispering and conflabbing with each other and looking around. But something switched on the 3rd day and we decided we'd give it a go. Because we are being counters by trade, or were, we reviewed the cost of the annual membership very hard every year. And we used to have quarterly strategy meetings that a third party would come in and chair, if you like, and we'd continually review, what have we delivered, what have we won in the last quarter, that's off the back of AVN tools, and what would we have got anyway? Check. How much are we paying for the membership, are we getting a return on it, could we do it without? I mean, Landis continues to be a member, so, proof of the pudding, but yeah, we're mindful of that. I would add that, if it's right for you to pursue this, that you do, if you're somebody other than a sole practitioner, that you do agree that there's one partner who's going to lead it. One partner is going to be responsible for ABN. And whilst you have the full support of the other partner or partners, you need one person to champion it and to keep pushing and driving it. If you sort of leave it as a general thing that we as a firm are going to do, you'll fall into that trap. You've got to have one person to push it. Little by little, but one person to be responsible.